Welcome to the deep dive. We're going to give you a real shortcut today, digging into the audited financial statements for the Community Foundation of Northwest Mississippi, looking at 2024 and 2023.
Yeah, our mission is basically to pull out the key info, the important nuggets, so you can quickly understand how a major nonprofit like this manages its money and serves the community.
Exactly. We'll unpack what these numbers really mean, how they handle big assets, support programs, and even get into things like digital currency.
It's quite a picture. So, first impressions, the overall health.
Yeah.
The auditor's report is usually the place to start.
Right, and they got a clean opinion, yeah. What does that signal for us?
It signals a lot. A clean opinion basically means the auditor is saying, yes, these statements present fairly in all material respects what the foundation owns, owes, and how it operated financially.
So, high level of assurance. You can essentially trust the numbers we're about to talk about.
Precisely. It's the gold standard for audits.
Okay, good. So trusting those numbers, what do they show in terms of overall growth?
Well, there's significant growth. Look at total assets. They jumped from about $43.4 million in 2023 up to $48.6 million in 2024.
Wow, that's a solid increase. And net assets, did they follow suit?
They did. Net assets, which is kind of like their net worth, grew too, from $40.3 million to $44.5 million over that same year. Shows real financial strengthening.
Okay, solid numbers, solid growth. Now, I saw something interesting in the notes, Note A, about variance power. It affects how assets are classified.
Ah, yes, the variance power. This is actually pretty key to how they operate. It means the board has the ability to redirect funds if the original donor's purpose becomes impossible or impractical.
So even if a donation was initially for a specific thing.
Right. Because of this power, most of their funds, including endowments, end up classified as net assets without donor restrictions. It gives them enormous flexibility.
Flexibility to meet changing needs, I guess.
Exactly that. They still aim to honor donor intent, always. But this power means they aren't completely locked in decades later if the original need disappears. It's about ensuring long-term impact,
Makes sense. Very strategic. Okay, let's talk about the money flow, income, and expenses. How did that look in 2024?
Income was strong. Total income hit $11.5 million in 2024, which is up from $10.8 million the year before.
And where's that income coming from? Just donations?
Contributions are a big part, sure, but also significant amounts from interest and dividends and gains on their investments. It's a mix.
Okay, so income is up. What about the other side? Expenses, did they spend more too?
They did. Total expenses rose to $7.4 million in 2024, up from $6.1 million. But here's the important part. The vast majority of that, $7.2 million, went straight into programs expenses.
Meaning grants, scholarships, their actual mission work.
Exactly. Grants, scholarships, community activities. It clearly shows their focus is putting resources back into the community. That ratio is pretty strong.
Right. Okay, now investments. You mentioned gains there. Their investment portfolio itself saw huge growth, didn't it?
Oh, absolutely huge. It went from $26.8 million in 2023 to $35.8 million in 2024. That's a massive jump.
What's in that portfolio? Is it just stocks and bonds?
It's diversified. You've got bonds, T-bills, equity funds, fixed income funds, but also, interestingly, hedge funds.
Hedge funds. That seems maybe a bit unusual for a community foundation. What's the strategy?
Well, their stated objective is pretty interesting. They aim for hedge funds to deliver positive returns while maintaining a lower degree of risk, and they pursue absolute return strategies.
Absolute return, meaning they try to make money whether the market's up or down.
That's the goal. It's a sophisticated approach, aiming for steady positive returns rather than just tracking a market index. Requires careful management.
And what about the endowments? Those are crucial for the long haul.
Definitely. Endowments were sitting at $27.2 million in 2024. Their policy is to spend about 4.5% to 5% of the average value each year.
Just enough to fund things but keep the principal growing.
Sort of. They actually aim for a long-term return of 8%. The idea is that after the spending payout, there's still enough left to cover inflation and, ideally, grow the endowment's real purchasing power over time.
That's smart planning. Now, something else caught my eye. Bitcoin. They're accepting crypto.
They are. It's quite forward-thinking. They received gifts of Bitcoin, picked up another unit in 2024. Their digital assets had a carrying value of over $221,000.
Wow. So embracing new forms of philanthropy.
Seems like it. And it's not just crypto. They also get significant gifts in kind, media time, food, professional services, you name it. Over $573,000 worth in 2024 alone.
That's leveraging community resources in a big way. So it sounds like they're quite adaptable financially. What about their short-term liquidity?
Very strong. They had about $45.7 million in financial assets available for general spending within 1 year as of 2024. Shows they can react quickly if needed.
And they also seem savvy about grabbing support funds. I saw mention of an employer retention credit.
Yeah, the ERC. They received nearly $135,000 in 2023 from that COVID-19 relief program. It just shows they're actively looking for all available resources to,
Yeah.
maximize their funding.
Okay, so wrapping this up, we've seen a foundation with strong audited financials, significant growth in assets, and a really strategic approach to investments, including hedge funds and even Bitcoin.
Right. And crucially, most of that spending is going directly into programs, backed by that operational flexibility from their variance power. It's not just numbers, it's strategy in action.
So it paints a picture of a well-managed, adaptable organization effectively serving its community.
Definitely. Which leads to maybe a final thought for you listening.
Go on.
Well, seeing how this foundation operates, especially embracing diverse assets like Bitcoin and those extensive gifts in kind,
Yeah.
how might that change the way we think about contributing? Does it maybe open up ideas beyond just writing a check for individuals or even other organizations looking to make an impact?